but like I went to Forbidden Journey today, and like I rode the ride twice, you know, and after that I felt like I actually felt better because I just, you know, I didn't feel so crappy because like, you know, I read these books since I was a kid. You know, this is the one thing from my childhood that's actually I can actually go and see it and be like, wow, life isn't so bad anymore.
Yeah, no, also I saw the new trailer for the the Spider-Man movie coming in Christmas.
Wait, with you mean the sequel to the Homecoming?
No, it's animated.
Okay.
It's about Miles Morales too, not Peter Parker. Peter Parker gets sucked into another dimension, basically.
Typical.
Like an alternate reality. Where that Spider-Man, that Peter Parker is dead.
Oh.
But he's Peter Parker and Spider-Man. You can't mix the movies in with it because they don't count.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, that's kind of why the movies are the way they are, because there's infinite realities and shit in the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
So that's why the movies work, honestly. But yeah, in this one, Peter Parker, he gets, you know, it doesn't matter how or when or where, but he gets sucked into this one. And their Spider-Man is dead, but he finds Miles Morales, who was bitten by a spider. And technically, he's got some better powers than regular old Spider-Man.
That's one thing you gotta prove on when you do comic books.
But he's you know, Peter Parker teaches him, you know, how to do some stuff. You know, that's where the quote comes from. Because he's like, I don't understand how you do it. You know, and he's like, because of this and this and this and this or whatever. And then he's like, oh, you know, well, that's your problem. You know, you don't focus on saving the world, you focus on saving one person in it.
Yeah.
This life's never
because in typical, when it comes to a lot of like, I'm gonna say a lot of terrorist groups, but that's not always the case. When it comes to these kinds of groups, if they have to execute one person to get what they want, even if it's one of their own, they'll literally do that.
Oh yeah.
Jeez, I'm getting spanked.
But then there was this one scene, and it was really cool because it's both their characters from the fucking,
This life's never uneventful.
just the whole comic book series of the Ultimate Spider-Man where, you know, Peter Parker's like 30-something in this.
Okay.
And so, you know, he's hanging out with a, fucking.
It's honestly
He's
weird
hanging
for
out
me.
with
Go ahead.
like a 16-year-old. He's hanging out with like a 16-year-old, you know, black kid from the Bronx. And like he's like, yeah, I can totally teach you, you know, on how to do all this stuff. He's like, I'll teach you. He's like, don't worry about it. And he's like, oh, cool, thanks. And then they're like at this diner, and he's like, yeah, I can show you all about how to be, you know, the big hero. He's like, because I've saved my world countless of times. And then like he just shoves a burger in his face, and he's going, oh my god, this burger is so good. What do you do in this dimension? And then like he's licking his fingers, and then like the waitress puts down the checkbook, and he's got a mouthful of burger, and he just looks at Miles, and he's like, oh wait, you got money, right? And then Miles is like, you're gonna be a really bad teacher. And I was just like, I love it.
Back in the saddle again.
And then they did this one scene where Miles' dad is dropping him off at school.
Wait, is Peter technically a ghost or?
Oh no, he's alive. He's from it's Earth 361. He's the Amazing Spider-Man. In the comic books, that's his comic book, The Amazing Spider-Man. And he just shifts realities, shifts dimensions. So he's in this dimension where that dimension's Peter Parker and Spider-Man are dead.
Damn it.
So
I messed that
he's
up
not
again.
from that dimension. You know, he's just there. But there's one scene where Miles' dad is dropping him off at high school, and his dad's a cop.
Oh shit.
And it's real. It was super funny because he's sitting there, and like he drops him off, and he's like, "All right, Miles, have a good day. I love you." And then like he gets out of the car and walks in right as he's about to walk through the front doors, like in front of everyone. Like he hits the sirens and then gets over the little loudspeaker in the cop car, and he's like, "Miles, I said I love you. You can't say it back." And he's like, "Really, Dad? Really? You're just gonna call me out in front of all these people like this?" And he's like, "I love you, Dad. Just say it." And he's like, "Dad, come on. Everyone's looking. I love you, Dad.
I can see you
I
doing
love
that.
you,
This
Dad."
camera- Oh jeez.
And then he's like, "I love you, Dad." And he's like, "See, that wasn't hard, was it?" And then he's like, "God."
Typical teenager.
And like that's why I've always liked every Spider-Man. It's just because he's just a teenager. You know, he's just a teenager having teenage problems, but also after high school, you know, he makes like high-tech shit and fucking saves New York. Like,
You know, one thing I will
What?
always not understand, I probably will never understand, when it comes to Spider-Man, I can never see him old, like as in like you know, like old. I can never see him that way because
oh,
it's
I
just,
got a book for you.
it's like it's hard. I've always seen him as the young guy, like the 20, you know. Oh shit! No! Keep me up. Let me
No,
survive. Let
I'm
me.
trying. Oh fuck. Sorry, soldier. You're dead really quick now. But yeah, I got this one book. It's kind of like it's almost like a what if thing where it's Spider-Man Reign, and he's 70.
Jeez, really?
He's got a receding hairline. All of his hair is white. He's got a little beard. He hasn't been Spider-Man for years because everybody with superpowers have been outlawed because the X-Men kind of like fucked up. They were overpowered. So all the mutants were outlawed, corralled, and put into,
Damn it!
I don't know if you know what Rikers Island is, but...
You mean Stryker?
Rikers Island.
Then no.
It's what they turned Alcatraz into to hold all the supervillains.
Villains
So
are
good
just super.
or bad. No, it was supervillains. You know, villains, supervillains, you know, whatever. Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that.
Are they all grouped together? I want to try and sneak behind them if I can.
But yeah, they're all there. And obviously, the fucking supervillains and villains are not gonna, like, go by the rules. So they're mutants, but they're not gonna go to Rikers Island. So they fight the cops. And all the,
Diva's after me.
Like, there's, like,
She wants me dead.
kids and people. Fuck everybody. All the people are like being really cool. And like they're like graffitiing, like all the kids are graffitiing like the old like
Young
Spider-Man
whippersnappers.
spider symbol. Yeah. They're all like doing the old Spider-Man spider symbol. And like they'll graffiti that like in the red, and you know, they'll be at like under it, they'll spray paint like, "Where are you?" Like, you know, everybody's looking for Spider-Man. And Peter Parker just plays that shit cool because he can't be Spider-Man anymore. But he's real fucked up because
I've got unfinished business.
Mary Jane is dead.
Yeah, you told me like she got cancer or something because like his dick is radioactive and shit, right?
Yeah, his sperm and all that. Just being around the ones he loved gave them radioactivity. Because it's
Wait, being around people? I thought it was.
Yeah, just being around them for a really long time.
I thought it was because like. I thought it was if he had to sleep with them, not being around people.
Oh no, that, I mean, accelerated it. because you're pumping that body fluid into it.
Well, yeah, honestly.
But I mean, you know, eventually just being around people a lot killed him off because his blood is radioactive.
Because of the spider, yeah.
Yeah. But then, you know, eventually he puts it back on. He's, you know, 70 and shit, and, you know, shit's really cool. I mean, there was this one scene where this, these young people are like,
This is not your time.
these young people are like marching and stuff like, we're mutants and, you know, we're proud, you shouldn't be bad. Like,
Got 'em!
no,
Yes!
mutants are bad or whatever. Nice.
Let me see if I can get the Reinhardt. Nice. I waited to use that. I was ready to use that.
And then these cops come and try to like bust them up and stuff. And because the X-Men aren't a thing, nobody knows really how to use.
Wait.
Like,
Slow down. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, this is where my ignorant side is gonna pop in at. This is my ignorant side that's gonna pop out. I thought X-Men was DC.
No, that's Marvel.
Okay, because like everybody's been busting my chops when it comes to like DC and Marvel universe. Because sometimes I don't know certain heroes or parts or universes. People bust me at work about that. I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't know. Like certain like Fantastic Four is DC, correct? That they are DC.
Wait, who?
Fantastic Four, they're DC, correct?
No, that's Marvel.
Are you absolutely sure? Because I got busted like a couple of weeks ago about that shit.
Fantastic Four is Marvel.
Uh-oh, running. Not
Whoever
getting into
says
that.
any different is fucking stupid.
Just gotta get rid of the Reinhardt. That's it. Okay. Nice.
But yeah, I'm telling you, trust me, Fantastic Four is Marvel.
Okay.
Play of the game.
What? Okay, I want to see this. 'Cause I got a quad. I had a quad. What the heck?
11,000 heat.
Oh well, I don't care anymore.